Hello everyone. In this video I will show you how to create a very simple and easy to make 3D game on Scratch. You might think it's very difficult or hard, but I will explain it to you and it should be very simple. So go to my profile, The Good Guy 8000, and click on my newest project, Empty Lunar 3D Engine, and click Remix. And then the first thing is to go into the Object Sprite, My Blocks, and then Load Mesh, and let's call it Cube. And then let's open Blender. I already have it open, so I have to close it. So let's open Blender, and it's a free 3D modeling software that you will need if you want to make 3D games, but it's free, and I'll leave a link in the description. So here is our cube. It always starts out as a cube if you load Blender, and that's good because we want a cube. So go to export, .object, geometry, make sure to untick this and tick this. Call it cube. Put it in the downloads folder or wherever you want. And then let's hide it. Then open File Explorer, downloads, and then open it. And make sure to open the object file, and then make sure to open with Notepad. And then press Control A, then Control C. And then paste this. And then go into the update sprite, add mesh, cube. Let's call it cube. Let's call it player. And then just put the scales at 50. And let's start the project. And there we go. We've got a full 3D cube. And here's the problem. If we keep starting the project, every time it's a random color. And the reason that is because we never set the material or the color of it. So let's go back to our file. And then right here, see this? Use MTL. Right next to it will be a word, and then just copy that word. Usually it's just material. And hide it, and then set material, name material, and then just copy what I write down. This is for a gray color. And then start. See? Every time we start the project, now it's gray. And then to turn this into a game, first we need to be able to control our character. So use this, move object, we called it player, so moved object player to mouse X. And there we go. Now we can control our player. And then just go to variables and hide these two. And then go to a good spot where, like a spot like this, where we can easily see where our cube is. And then show these. And then go over here in the update sprite and go into the reset camera. And then just copy these over to there. So then hide them, and then open the camera rotate, and there's only one difference, so -28. Then every time we start the project, we'll be looking that way. And then to make it a game, we need an obstacle. So open Blender again, and then go into edit mode, and then hover over the top 4 dots, and then right click, merge vertices at center. And then we have a pyramid. And then this is very important. Go into this, click this, material properties, and then rename it from material to red. Then file, .object, geometry, make sure those are where they are. Then let's rename it pyramid and export. And then go into File Explorer, open the pyramid object file in Notepad, then copy it. See, it's the red material like we wanted. Copy it, and hide them. Go into Objects, Load Mesh, the pyramid, paste the data, and then set material red to this. And then go into the update and add mesh pyramid. Call it ob1 for obstacle 1. And let's set the scale to 50. And then boom, now we've got a red obstacle. And then next step is to make the obstacle move. So create a new variable, call it obstacle z, obstacle 1z, and then set obstacle 1z to, let's say, -500 at the start, and then change obstacle 1z by, let's do -30, and then move object ob1 for object 1, that's what we called it, or obstacle 1, to x0, y0, put z to obstacle 1z. And then, whoa, do you see that? It's going way too fast. And this should actually be 500, not -500. And then, boom. So now we have our obstacle, and it starts in front of us and moves toward us. But see how we can see where it starts? So let's change this to a bigger number, like, yeah, that's a lot better. And then now let's create 3 different obstacles for us to dodge, not just one. So duplicate these 2 and replace the name with obstacle 2 or ob2, and create a new variable called obstacle 2z for this sprite only. And then set obstacle 2z, and then duplicate these 2. Then change obstacle 2z, and then obstacle 2z, and then move object obstacle 2. And then replace this with -300. And then now we have 2. And then let's just repeat this again. Obstacle 3, create variable obstacle 3z for this sprite only. Set obstacle 3z, then duplicate these, obstacle 3z, and then obstacle 3z, and then ob3. And then let's replace this with 300. And then there we go. Now we have 3 different obstacles that we have to dodge. And then, alright, now that we have our 3 obstacles, we gotta add collision, where we detect if we hit the obstacle, and then give a penalty if we do. So create an if, and then if mouse x, so our player x, is less than 100, and then take the absolute value, and obstacle 1z, the absolute value of obstacle 1z is less than 100. If this statement is true, that means we have collided with the first obstacle. So if that happens, stop all. So let's test. There we go. Every time we collide with the obstacle, it stops the game. Perfect. And then to create the collisions for the other 3, we duplicate that and replace it with obstacle 2z, and then obstacle 3z, and then take mouse x plus 300, and then for this one, mouse x minus 300. And then every time we collide with it, we die. And then let's create them a bit closer, the obstacles there. And then it's a bit harder. So you could change the difficulty by making them farther, closer apart. And then after a few seconds, they should reset their positions. The obstacles should reset their positions. So create an if block, and then copy all these into one, and then put those there. And then if timer is greater than 2, set them to that. And then let's test it. Huh. That's interesting. I wonder why they stopped moving. Oh, I forgot. We have to put a reset timer there. There we go. So then, boom, we have to dodge them over and over again. And then let's create a screen for when you lose. So let's hide these. And then if we die, broadcast game over. Let's copy that and broadcast game over and wait. And then let's create a new sprite. Game over screen. And then let's create. You can draw your own game over screen. Game over. And then I'm going to make this red. And then when flag clicked, hide. And when I receive game over, show. So let's test it. Yes, it works. So there we go. And then let's call it dodge the obstacles. You could call it whatever you want. Save it. And then you can share it. And there you go. That is how you create your own very simple 3D game on Scratch. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments. And if you like the tutorial, please like and subscribe. And if you had troubles following the tutorial, please tell me, because I love feedback. Anyway, that is all for today. You can find the project if you need help on my second account, The Good Guy 2000. And that's all. Thank you for watching.